So today is December 14th. It is 12:42 in the morning. I don't know why. I didn't realize it was that late. I am over here wrapping gifts. Don't mind all the balls. Don't mind the tree. I came home yesterday after line dancing and the tree fell down. I don't understand. So I said that I was going to wait for tomorrow for Samaya to get home and we could decorate the tree again. I still can't believe it fell down. Even right now, as I'm sitting right here, you could tell it's crooked. So hopefully her father can fix it, because right now I'm kind of nervous to move it. So besides that, I am just sitting here wrapping gifts. And all I kept on thinking about was just this year in general, 2025. I know in the beginning of the year I had kicked off YouTube and I was gonna do this whole YouTube life thing, and life beat my ass this year. And when I say it beat my ass, it beat my ass. A lot of tragedies occurred. One of the biggest was my mom passed. And the funny thing is, I was just sitting here and wrapping up a gift, watching TV, and out of the blue, I was just sitting here thinking about how my mom, while she's in the hospital, had the nerve to turn to me and say, all right, it's enough you being here every day. You need to get back to work. And I kept on thinking to myself, who cares about work? I didn't even care that my daughter was missing school. I didn't care about, because all of that stuff, I would have quit my job. I would stop life just to see her again. And things happened so fast. It was as if I couldn't even catch my breath. It happened. Everything happened in the span of 10 days. I had kicked off this year saying, oh, I was going to be a YouTuber. So I had started recording. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be more consistent. And then life just beat me. It just wore me out, okay? I was going to say it beat my ass. And I feel like grief has a way of sneaking up on you at the most random times. I didn't even want to decorate for Christmas. But I know I gotta, keep pushing for it. And I try. And all my friends was like, well, Sharifa, you never truly grieved. And it's hard. It's hard when you have children and things you gotta make sure you get done. You gotta put food on the table, so you gotta go to work. You try to put a smile on because you want to make sure that the kids don't see you hurting so bad. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is make sure you truly spend time with those that you love. I think it's a challenge for me when people say, oh, this season's going to be hard. It is hard. And then they say, oh, well, you should be up under family. Sometimes you don't want to be bothered by anybody. My friend, people will be like, oh, you want to keep on doing this business or working on this business? And I'm just like, I don't want to do nothing. If I wake up that day, I don't want to be committed to have to do something where I just don't feel like doing it. And it's hard to explain to people that, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you make such a big commitment. I am going to set up or find, let me put it that way, a therapist to talk to someone. I think I've been saying it since. So my mom passed in May. It was right after Mother's Day. I think that's what makes it so hard. Because the first thing I said to her when I got to the hospital was like, ooh, girl, you just wanted to make sure that all your children got to see you on Mother's Day. And she looked at me like, girl, I'd rather not be in this hospital. And also teach you how life is so short that when you have family members that live far away and you don't get to see them as often as you like, make that effort. Take that time. Even if you don't have the funds that you need, just go. Just go. You figure out things when you get there. Figure out how you gonna pay the bills when you get back home, because they gonna still be there when you get back. Oh, man. It's like you sit there try to replay everything in your mind. What were the last words that the person said to you? What were the last of anything? I try to remember, even I called her the day of. And I knew something was wrong. But I assumed that she was half asleep. So my mom had a stroke. And I assumed that she was half asleep. And she was, normally if she answered the phone in the middle of the night or something, the words ain't clear. Just like with anybody, you know, you be mumbling or talking kind of off, whatever. And she was just talking, but it was mumbled, like you couldn't understand the words. And I was just like, all right, well, I guess you sleep. I'm gonna call you back. And it got even more serious. And I was just like, Mama, I don't know what you're saying, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and go back to sleep. But when I called back, I wouldn't say it wasn't even that much longer. It was probably about an hour later. I didn't get an answer, and so I knew something just felt off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And so a couple hours later, I kept on calling, and I was just like, nah, something's wrong. Because my mom, me and my mom are best friends. We always talk every day, all the time. And when he answered, my stepfather told me they were at the hospital. And she had a stroke. And something about how they were having brain surgery. And I was like, brain surgery? Like, what happened? And everything just happened so fast. And the crazy part is they were asking me, well, why did she stop taking this one medication? And I was sitting there thinking, I was that person every day calling her to ask her to make sure, hey, are you taking your medicine? Hey, you taking medicine today? Make sure you eating. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. And then she would always take her medicine. And I felt mad at myself because she wasn't taking this one particular medicine. And then it made me feel like, damn, if she would have took that one medicine, she still would be here. And it broke my heart. someone advice to you, or if you're a caregiver, or if you have a parent who are on medications, make sure you check to see what kind of medicine they're taking, how often they're supposed to be taking the medicine. Make sure they're getting their refills. The couple telling me, oh, well, the last time she got a refill was in December, and she hadn't taken it, and then hit the 3 months. And I was just like, how was I supposed to know? Ooh. Well, my mama was a God-fearing woman, so I already know where she is. I know she's in heaven. Ooh, my mama would preach all over the place, y'all, if y'all only knew. Oh, Lord. I'm going to throw some clips on here. Check out my mama. Oh, Lord, who knew that wrapping presents during this Christmas season would have me over here bawling my eyeballs out. I've been trying to get out this funk. House been looking a mess. I was like, dog, I'm going to have to hire somebody to come over here and clean. Because baby, it'll be clean, real one day, and then a week later, I'd be like, baby, did you clean? What's this looking real sketchy? Oh, man. But you know how some days you don't feel like doing up, or some days you want to get up and move around and do stuff, or other days it's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Whew. But grief has a way of just smacking you upside the head. I left work early on Thursday because I just couldn't take it anymore. It was just like, and it just hit me out the blue while I was at work. And I was just like, oh yeah, I gotta go. I can't be here. And thank God I have a job that they're just like, I mean, it's sketchy nowadays with this administration, but I work for the government. And if I need to take the leave, they let me. So, oh boy, I'll try again with a more positive video the next time. I mean, it's positive. I was talking about my mama and the laughs and the little giggles that she gave me over time. Oh man, I sure do miss our conversations though. Maybe I should have a series of things I would say to my mom, if like the conversations I would have with her. I think that would be a good series to start. So I'll come on tomorrow and I'm gonna start that series. That sounds like a good one to start, especially when it's getting ready to be the New Year's. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard this whole season. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep on praying for myself, my siblings, our family, my stepfather, who's really going through it right now. And it's hard to give advice or consoling when you're hurting yourself, you know, especially when you're hundreds of miles away. It's hard. Oh boy. All right, y'all. Good night.